Good morning. There was no podcast yesterday. My ma always said you have to give people a chance to miss you. So, um, are some of you afraid of me? You're not opening the messages, and I only want to and I'm left wondering is it the dizzy heights of freedom? The dizzy heights of freedom, or is it that fear, or what exactly? I can't figure out if you're actually listening to your soul, or if it's fear, but I can't see what the fear is in opening a message or saying yay or nay or fuck off even. Uh, I can't see. Maybe your soul thinks it's the best response, but I really, because no response is a response, but I really can't see that being how that's the best response. I can't see how that's the best response. Um, and then the next thing is I want to say you've power over your mind and not external events. And if you understand this, you'll find strength. That's Marcus Aurelius again. But this is very important. When it comes to taking responsibility for your own actions. And this is what I'm trying to tell Mr. Nature. Mr. Nature here is trying to tell me flat out, I don't exist, I don't exist, I don't exist. And I'm trying to say to him, yeah, but existence is a choice. You don't exist, and now you're trying to project it onto me. And the reason he doesn't exist is because he thinks every 15 minutes ahead. He doesn't play the game, as I said to him now. Yeah, he keeps asking me what my strategy is, and he laughs, and he enjoys he seems to enjoy the strategic thinking and the planning but this what gives every move I make a reason. Every move I make has a reason. Everything I do is with reason. But it's not with reason with him, because he's just a manifestation of the universe. He's just for me, he's like a marionette. He doesn't exist. He's a manifestation of the universe. It's the universe in the static motion. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not quite the universe in the static motion, because I like to think for myself. In other words, I have a game plan, I have a strategy, and there's things I say to my mind, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, um, when I was in Turkey, doing the Grand Bazaar online, where I was marketing the contraband, the fake handbags and the fake runners and the fake shoes and contraband. And when I was marketing the contraband, God said to me, "You have lots of girlfriends, Dave. Why don't you showcase the goods to the girls? Like, message them and send them pictures of the handbags and send them pictures of the shoes and all." And I just said, "I'm not doing that." And yeah, I suppose I have some morals, you see, but and I suppose we could ask then, why was I marketing to everybody else? But there's a reason for that. But there's also a reason why I wasn't going to. I just wasn't going to showcase them to my friends. That's not what my friends were for. I had no interest in selling them this shit, which to be honest I consider as shit. But because but still there's a reason I was marketing it. But at the same time, I was able to say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. Even though that would have been, business-wise, that would have been maybe, the obvious thing to do. But the bottom line is I have some morals. Like, I do have some morals, but I define my own morality. I decide. Now, I don't know where he stands on that, but he doesn't seem to want to think for himself at all. But that's why I said to him, but this, you see, this is what I tried to explain to lads. You see, if I was to live like him, I was watching a chess game the other night between him and another fella, and they were playing chess here, and I sat here drinking. I was drinking a few pints, and I sat here drinking a few pints. The man said to me, "Dave," he said, "you're an ideal observer. You're observing the game. You're not even saying a word." And I said, "Yeah, I'm observing the game, but I'm not thinking about the game at all. It's just bullshit to me. I'm just watching you push your pieces around the board, but I'm not trying to calculate which was the best move or which is the wrong move. I couldn't give a fuck for the game." You know what I mean? I couldn't give a fuck for the game. I was just sitting here drinking my pints, just watching them pushing pieces around the board, but there was absolutely no opinion towards the game. And as I said, for me, it's just, this is just, I'll watch the game, but it's just bullshit. And I said, but I wouldn't like to go through life like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't like to go through life getting up every morning and saying, this is bullshit. I wonder what's going to happen today. But you know, I suppose I want to impose my will. I want to impose my will. And that's because nothing has any meaning, only the meaning that you give it. And this is what I'm trying to come to explain to you. When it comes to asserting your values, when it comes to establishing your values, nothing has any meaning, only the meaning that you attach to it. Now, that's about life and everything else. There was a lad here yesterday and said to me, there's no meaning to life, only to exist. And I says, yeah, but do you exist? If that's the only meaning that you give to a life, that you exist, then you don't exist. Because to exist, you have to think for yourself. And this is very important. You must think for yourself. You must think for yourself. You know, and how much choice have we? It's like I was sitting out there with Mr. Nature the other day, and I was saying to him, like, well, I'll give you an example. I put the big heavy blanket, you know, the big wool blankets. I put one of them in the washing machine, and the washing machine, I was struggling. It was nearly fucked it, like, it nearly fucked it. And it was really, because once this thing filled with water, it was, Jesus, it was just ton weight. And when I took it out of water, I put it on the line. Now it's still drying 3 days later. But as I said to Mr. Nature, do you see that blanket? I put that blanket in the washing machine. But I'm not going to do it again. It nearly fucked the washing machine. So I will never do that again. That's an experience. But I learned from this experience, and I will never do that again. There's stupid cunts that would. Do you know what I mean? There's stupid cunts that would put that into the washing machine again, or put another one of them into the washing machine again. But I will never do that again. And this is what life is about. It's all about, this is an experience, and learn from that experience. But if you're not learning from these experiences, I'm not going to reiterate it, but you know yourself. But anyway, the reason I was texting you is that I only text myself. I only message myself. I only message those myself. Do you understand? But I was going to say that this is a child-friendly hostel, and the kids can be homeschooled. And there's no reason that you can't be free. I'm offering you an opportunity of freedom, for God's sake, freedom. And we could get into what freedom is, but well, I have nothing else, but I have my freedom, and I maintain that at all costs, and that's a full-time job, But as I said, the kids can be homeschooled because there's no rules, and there's no, maybe you should think about them being indoctrinated into the current hierarchical system where they're just being turned into sheep into a dominance hierarchy where they try to dominate each other, and then it comes into a tax system that's conducive and being miserable enough that are conducive to the treadmill of production with all sorts, teach them to think for themselves. Take them out of this system. Now, I don't have any kids, but if I had, I would definitely be on for taking them out of that system and teaching them how to think for themselves, find their own path in life. Think for themselves. And this is, but we could start with you first have to think for yourself. As I say, I'm not sure if it's fear or your soul telling you that is the best response, but I'm struggling to see how it is. The universe retains what's useful. It's that simple. I'm going to say that to another chap here. I'm going to give him one more. The universe retains what's useful, and right now it's not him. This is a microcosm of the universe. Now, the reason I was saying I want to move from the coffee to the gym. I want to move from drinking the coffee to the gym because I was saying that Plato. This is what I was getting lessons. Plato is what I should call him, not Plato. Plato. And maybe that's as close as I can come. But I'm really sure Dr. Sugel calls it Plato as well. But it's Plato. I used to call Diogenes Diogenes as well, but in this part of the world, you can actually pick up the correct pronunciations for their name because you're nearer to Greece. But as Plateau was saying that that the focus ought to be on the mind and the soul and not on the body at all, overcome the Homeric hero. But seeing as I'm more Dionysus than I am Apollo, I think that I'm going to find balance between the Homeric hero, which would be Achilles, and the mind and the soul. So basically, what I'm saying to you is, I don't focus only on the mind and the soul. I think the face. A beautiful face is important, and aesthetics are important, and aesthetically pleasing physique. For example, for me, I used to have a role model. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to be my role model. I was striving to look like this. Now, with an aesthetically pleasing physique, now I might never achieve this physique. For starters, he's 6'4". I'm a long way shy of 6'4". But at the same time, it's not the attainment of the goal that matters, it's the striving towards this goal that matters. And what I was striving for is striving towards excellence, the best I could possibly be. But this was my idea. When it came to an aesthetically pleasing physique, this was my idea of an aesthetically pleasing physique. Now, whenever anyone used to come into the gym, I used to ask them for show me a picture of what you want to look like. And then we both worked through this. But when they bring me in a picture and show me what they want to look like, I used to say to them, then we're both singing off the same hymn sheet, and we're both aiming towards the one goal. They don't have one idea in their head and I have another. Then it's like I'm saying, this is like you organise the orchestra of the mind. You both aim towards the one goal. And maybe if you are listening to your mind, you should ask your mind exactly what the fuck is going on, that you can't sing off the one hymn sheet, or ask is there any reason that you wouldn't come over here and come to the gym and we stream this content and fucking create. This is art. This is art. This is a medium. And bodybuilding is a medium. It's art. It's art that you take this medium and create, and you create an aesthetically pleasing physique. But you create this, regardless of what medium you're given. This is the challenge in life. This is I haven't got the most aesthetically pleasing physique, but I most certainly know how to change it. And we can work together and we can stream this content philosophy and how to first of all, you need self-control over what goes into the mouth. You have to think about everything you put into your mouth. Now, I'm not in that position at the moment, to be honest with you, because I just have to be grateful for whatever comes my way. But that's going to change. It's inevitable that will change. And then we can go to the gym and work on the physique. Yeah, work on the physique. Because this, even though our bodies are not up to us, but the choices that we make in relation to it are. We can train it, we can watch what goes into the mouth. These are choices that are up to us. The bodies are not up to us, but we can get sick, we can break a leg, there's a variety of things can happen. For example, I've been getting dipped in and out of the gym all the time. I was sitting here this morning saying to myself, I was going well in Veliko Terranova. I was in the gym, I was going well. But then the soul said to me to come here, and I said to myself, well, okay then. But I didn't cling to the gym, because this is the thing, don't cling to anything. And I've learned not to cling to the gym. Now, before I would have clung to the gym, because I remember before, and I'm talking about the dizzy heights of freedom and how clinging to things, I remember one time when everything was going tits up with the lift installation business, I was offered a job in Dubai, and I wouldn't go to Dubai because I said they've no steroids, and because there's little Indians there that be putting in the lifts, and the sweat be running down your ass. You'd have iron in your ass all day, you'd have a rash in your ass all day, and no steroids. In other words, I rationalised my fears, and I didn't go to Dubai. God knows what would have happened if I did go to Dubai. But then, of course, it was like my soul gave me 2 fingers for refusing to go to Dubai, because it put one of the best bodybuilding gyms in the world in Kuwait, Oxygen. But I was nearly like you said to me, you know what I mean? You missed out there. But this was a choice I made at the time. But this was both the dizzy heights of freedom and clinging to a certain life. But I still have no regrets. I've no regrets. I am where I am now. But I'm just saying this is an example of the dizzy heights of freedom and clinging to things. I'm just saying, like, you have power over your mind. Think for yourself. That's the moral of today's story. Goodbye.